Hi, this is Tyler with ICF Base, and today we have Tony Penna with us. Tony, can you tell me the name of your company and a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Yeah, the name of my company is Forming Solutions Incorporated. We're based out of Capistrano Beach, California, and we do ICF construction. Um, we also are the dealers for insulated concrete form product.
All right. When did you start working in construction?
Oh gosh, I started really young. I was probably about 8 or 9 years old, and my dad was a masonry contractor, and he would take me to his job sites in the summer and on weekends, and start showing me how to, do things. Mostly, doing the digging and the manual labor part of it, but also learning about the trade, and watching what he was doing.
Awesome. So you started pretty young and kind of got all facets of construction down in the beginning. So can you tell me what your favorite part of building is?
Well, my favorite part, I believe, is just looking back after we've constructed a foundation or a home that we've worked on, that we started basically from scratch. We started from just dirt, and we get to the site and there's nothing there. And then when we walk away, we actually, there's a building there, or there's a nice foundation there with concrete walls or concrete foundation. And it's just nice to be able to look back and see that, and know that we built that with our own two hands, and our experience and knowledge.
That's awesome. That must be a really cool feeling. Can you tell me a little bit more about Forming Solutions? Maybe about how it got started?
So Forming Solutions is a sister company of Penna Construction Incorporated, which is a company that actually started. Penna Construction started back with my father back in 1956. It was Joe Penna, general masonry contractor, and in 2000 we incorporated a GC license that I had to create that company. So that's basically our construction company. And then Forming Solutions, we basically incorporated and started that company about the same time we incorporated our construction company in 2000. And it started as basically it was a dealership that we were given to our area from a ICF company, a manufacturer that wanted us to continue doing insulated concrete forms in the area and try to promote more of the insulated concrete form construction.
That's cool. So when did you start thinking about using ICFs? How did they come into play in Forming Solutions?
So I knew about foam block construction prior to when we started using it. I didn't think much of it then, but I had a opportunity in 1998 through a local concrete company that we bought our local ready mix from, and they approached us and asked us to go to a training class on insulated concrete forms to help promote and add something to their line as far as promoting more concrete usage. So we said yes, and we went to the training. It was a 2-day training class in Bakersfield, California. And actually, when we got done with the class, we were very intrigued by the properties of the form, and the ideas started popping in our heads of how we could actually put them to use in our line of work, and the different projects that we've been doing over the years, and the ones coming up that we were going to be doing, that really kind of gave us a new excitement in the industry about easier construction, more value to the customer, And so that's kind of how we got into it. And we started our first project soon after that by doing a sound studio for musicians in Westminster, California. And we got a great, great reviews on that when we were done. And I just thought that this was, a really good thing to be continuing on with.
Cool. So that was back in 1998, correct?
Yes.
Wow. So you've been in it for quite a while now, almost 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think ICFs in general are an innovative product for construction? And if so, why?
Well, I do think they're innovative. I think that it started out as being just an easier way to do something that we've been doing for hundreds of years, which is trying to keep concrete in place, until it sets up, and to create walls, whether they're retaining walls for hillside foundations or walls for homes that want to be built out of concrete. So, to encapsulate concrete in styrofoam held together by webs that were, spaced, evenly so that it held the concrete while you were pouring, I thought was pretty ingenious, and it was a really simple way to get the construction done quickly, and affordable. And I just think that it's, and they've been improving ever since they've started 50 years ago. They've been getting better and better every year, and we're learning how to make them easier and more contractor friendly so that everybody can use them and enjoy the qualities and the value that they have.
That's awesome. So you kind of touched on my next question, which is how have you seen ICFs grow as a product? But maybe if you could touch on more as how you see ICFs have grown as an industry in construction. Where have they found their place yet in the construction world, or do you think that still needs to happen?
Yeah, I think as we continue depleting a lot of our resources, such as lumber and other products out there that we keep building with, I believe that they play a big role in stepping in and taking the place of some of those products, especially the values and the different characteristics they have that help evolve in our building systems. So I think it's they're really gaining speed and headwind on the fact that people are looking at them more, and they're realizing that it's another product out there that can be used for their building envelope of their home, and they're seeing the value in it. So as we keep going with building industry and people start realizing what's out there and what's available, then I believe that they're going to make the choice of going more towards ICF versus stick frame building.
I hope so. I mean, I think, my research on it, it's a pretty innovative product, and I definitely agree with all of those points that you just made. My last question for you is, where do you see the future of ICFs, and what is your personal plan and Forming Solutions plan to progress ICFs into the future as we see them grow?
Yeah, so I see ICFs really start to become one of the mainstream building products. I think wood framing will always be there as long as we have the trees and the resources to get them, and have the lumber available. But I think that ICFs are going to be running just side by side with that. And I do see that ICFs, the industry is growing rapidly right now, and I don't know why that would stop. We have many things in play right now to keep that going, and as long as We keep doing our job, which is training contractors, training people in general, how this product can be used and how its effectiveness is during the life of the home, which is going to be a lot longer than the life of a wood frame home. Then I think that it's going to be kind of like not even a doubt in people's minds about how they're going to go about building their next home. Yeah, I think with our company, I just want to keep training and teaching you know the general public on how to use the product and to help them along for with their needs on getting their project done and so that they live in a better home and environment for their families.
Yeah, I think training is definitely a crucial piece of the puzzle right now, and connecting everyone together and making the use of such an innovative product really easy is great. So I guess we can sum it up. Maybe if you could answer one more question for me, which is what do you think is the number one reason, number one benefit of choosing ICFs? What is the number one reason you would encourage a customer of yours to choose ICF over any other type of construction?
Oh, that could be sustainability of energy. I just think that if we can retain as much energy that we were producing in our homes, if we can keep that, the heat in, the cold out, the heat out, the cool in. I mean, I just think that if we can do that with a building efficiently, which ICS can do, I think that's one that's going to last generations, not just 40, 50 years, like a wood frame house most of the time lasts when we start to tear them down and remodel them because of dry rot and termite damage. When your home is lasting generations and generations, that to me says something. That means we're not wasting as much material during those time frames, and that we can get more value, out of the product.
On behalf of ICF Base, I'd like to thank you again, Tony, for taking the time to be here with us today.